Looking for great quality clothing and prices to suit your budget? Then head on down to OCA Fashion and Gift Boutique, located at 94 Eastern Main Road in St. Augustine. We offer clothing and accessories for everything from brunch, clubbing, showers, and so much more. We are the sole distributors for Savage Black Hair Shampoo Dye, your 5-minute hair color solution. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram or call us at 473-4OCA or 489-SOCA. OCA Fashion and Gift Boutique for unbelievable finds.
And we are back here in the Marvin Lee Stadium, the GA Super Cup, of course. A Group A clash here between the Western Eagles and the Sawa Steelers, of course. The Western Eagles on top of this group. 2 wins out of 2, 6 points for them. And on the absolute contrast, the Sawa Steelers, 2 losses out of 2 for them, and they sit at the bottom of Group A. Just run through the lineups for the 2 teams. For the Western Eagles, none other than Kern Caesar in post, Joel Calise, Corsian Elcock, Shaquille Phillip in the defense here. For the Eagles, Kevin Walker, Kareem Batiste, Joshua Schoon, Luke Ramdeen and Shaquille Hazel, as well as Jamil Hardy in the midfield, and Adrian Millett leading the line for the Eagles. For the Sawa Steelers, Kwesi Andrews in post, Kareem Pope, Kareem John, Darlan Guppy, and Kieran Matthews making up that back line for the Sawa Steelers. Chike Sullivan, Stefan David, and Nathaniel Perrows are the ones who will be orchestrating the midfield for the Steelers. And a front 3 of Joshua Isaac, Victor Da Silva, and Daryl John will be the ones who will be trying to put pressure on that Western Eagles defense and try to get 3 points for the Sawa Steelers. This one does promise to be an exciting one, of course. The Eagles in some good form, and the Steelers have a lot to play for. So we'll definitely be looking forward to what is in store in this GA Super Cup clash. We do expect to see that continued here tonight, as we await the whistle from Keelan Bacchus. It'll be Adrian Millett standing over this one. And we are off, and the Western Eagles have started off with possession, just knocking around the ball early in the game, not looking to launch it too forward early, and so said, so done, but it's given away, and now the Steelers have some possession in the midfield. Both teams here well drilled. Of course, the 2 coaches, Alistair Ramdu of the Western Eagles and Brian St. Louis of the Sawa Steelers. So, should be a very disciplined affair. Don't expect to see any mistakes, any sloppy football. Only quality out on the pitch, of course, as I mentioned earlier. The Sawa Steelers would have gone down to the Western Eagles in the first encounter of the Group A. But you do expect that the Steelers would have gone back and done their homework. I think that Brian St. Louis would have seen the mistakes that would have been made You know, they definitely sought out to correct them. And here is the Steelers now trying to do something here, trying to redeem themselves in this group. And it's a nicely played ball through. Can he find the delivery inside? He actually holds up the cross there. And it's inside, but he's free on top and just couldn't control it there. Chike Sullivan. But it's back in his feet again and he strikes it and it's just wide of the post. And a good start from the Steelers. It was Sullivan there who miscontrolled it initially. But he got it back into his feet, and as we see the replay once again, Sullivan battling up on the top of the box. It was just wide of the post. Actually, I think Kern Caesar was a little lackadaisical there. It was much closer than he maybe thought. Nevertheless, stays 0-0 here. And the Steelers compose in the back, and that's a skewed clearance there. This could be problems for the Steelers, but they get away with another one. And here is Kareem John on the ball. He gives it back to his keeper, Kwesi Andrews, who I think got away with one there, definitely. Here is John, again on the ball. A decent looking ball through, up on top here. Controls it well. Can he beat his man? He does absolutely excellent there, does Darrell John. He's driving here at the defense of the Western Eagles. Gets a strike through. And it just wasn't enough to trouble Kern Caesar, who was actually well positioned on his near post there. I think it was Victor De Silva. Got a little toe poke on his left foot. And it's cleared up field and the Eagles are back in possession. Some Kareem Batiste with some good hold-up play. But he ends up giving it away very cheaply there, and the Steelers have another opportunity. Some nice skill in the midfield there. Decides to go back and just settle the play a little bit. Here is De Silva once again. John swings it in with his left foot. Should be dealt with easily by the Eagles and his. Oh, but it's actually, he's made a mess of it there. And it's a strike from on top of the box, but didn't get the connection that he wanted there, did Nathaniel Paraus. But very shaky in the back early on from the Western Eagles. The Sawa Steelers have been on the front foot. As we see it again here. Really made a mess of that there. Given the opportunity, but Paraus just couldn't capitalize on the layoff from Chike Sullivan. Of course, this is the second game of the usual doubleheader that we have here on a Monday in the GA Super Cup. The first game between the Arima Kings and the Macoya Tigers. The Macoya Tigers, of course, coming out 5-2 victors in that affair. So a lot of goals scored in that one. We hope from a neutral standpoint that this one will produce some goals as well. And that crosses blocked there by Kareem John and safely into the hands of Kwesi Andrews. Here is John again. He has seen a lot of the ball early on in this one. Gives it over to his centre-back partner, Kieran Matthews. Ball played across the back of the Sawa Steelers barricade. It has been a mature start from the lads from Sawa, but nearly given away there. And it is given away this time, and this could be problems for the Steelers early on. It's a strike. Oh, it's in the back of the net. And just like that, the Steelers careless. But the Eagles capitalized. Yeah. And it was Kareem Batiste who pounced on the defensive error from the Steelers, drove through the back line and finished it home beautifully. Batiste showing some excellent pace, a left-footed strike straight across Kwesi Andrews, who had absolutely no chance. And just like that, it's 1-0 to the Western Eagles. Well, I'll tell you what, pretty disappointing from a Sawa Steelers point of view, because they did start off very well. But that's just the game of football, one mistake, and the quality shines through. That's good work there. And ball back in Western Eagle territory. And it's going to be a throw in here. Joel Kalis want to take this one for the Eagles. And we did see a lot of Kareem Batiste earlier on in the tournament. He's very strong, very fast. And he's just showing there that he's also very precise. So a total footballer really is Batiste. And That just was a wake-up call for the Steelers, showing that they can't give him an inch because he will capitalize, he will pounce, and as they saw, he will score. Nevertheless, the Steelers still in this one. It's still very early on in the affair. Only 6 minutes being played. It's actually a free kick here for the Sawa Steelers, which Kareem John is standing over. Whips it in. Oh, that's a nice looking ball from John, and he gets a head on it there. Never troubling Kern Caesar at all. Decent effort there from the Sawa Steelers. It was a beautifully whipped in ball from Kareem John, but he just couldn't get a contact that he needed there to put any pressure at all on the Western Eagles goalkeeper. As we see it again there, flicked on. It really was not a threat at all. But much better response again from the Steelers. I mean, I don't know if I'll call it a response because they were on the front foot, so a little bit more of what they were doing all the time. But after going down, has been a positive attempt there. And the ball is in the midfield. That's some nice skill from Stefan David to get away from his man. And he plays a nice ball through. This is, oh, it was decent play, but Batiste picks up the pieces. And the Western Eagles can go the other way. Driven forward, it's Shaquille Hazel on the ball here. He still has it. There's the number 4 for the Western Eagles, but eventually runs out of ideas. Ball through in again, but given away, and here is, oh, that's nice play again from Shaquille Hazel with Kareem Batiste, but they just couldn't get it right. And it's cleared upfield, but referee Keelan Bacchus gives a free kick here, and Perrauz takes it quickly. Nice play there from David, Stefan David in the midfield there for the Sawa Steelers. It's a ball played forward, and he's offside there. Actually, I think it was a very tight call. It was a decent ball played through. But he was just offside there, a little too eager in the Sawa Steelers attack. And the Eagles have a free kick here. Darrell John, the one who was flagged offside there. Nice defensive header out, straight into the midfield. That's a beautifully played ball out wide, but it's well read again by Shaquille Phillip. And he gives possession back to his team. It's played up, searching for Kareem Batiste, and he's actually able to keep it in. The ball stayed in there, probably the spin from the pass. And it's a nicely drilled ball through. Oh, and that was an important, very important interception there in the Sawa Steelers defense, because I'll tell you what, Shaquille Hazel was lurking, and again, Hazel trying to get in there, but the Steelers sort it out in the end, and Kareem John can clear, but he gives it straight back. And the Steelers can finally get some breathing space. Here is John again. He plays it out wide too. Victor Da Silva. That's a nice looking ball up top here, but well marshaled once again by Shaquille Phillip. Darrell John not getting a sniff in at all there. Phillip right on his back. Here's Da Silva. That's a nice play there on the right wing. Really putting together some nice passes here, the Steelers, but it's given away. Given right back, but pounced back upon. And here is the goal scorer, Kareem Batiste. Can he find that killer ball through? He knows he's offside, but I don't think Shaquille Hazel is. And he has an opportunity here, but he's quickly closed down by the Steelers defense. That's actually great defense from the Steelers. They got bodies around him very quickly, and he had no opportunity to get a shot away or create anything. It's played out wide on the far side. The Steelers trying to get something out of this passage of play. They are enjoying the majority of the possession, but they need to convert the possession into something constructive. You know, it's always nice to pass the ball around, but you need to get that end product at the end of the day. Here's Kyron Matthews, who plays it out wide to Kareem John. Da Silva. Oh, easily taken off his feet by Caliste. Ball played infield again. He's quickly closed down there. And they sort it out in the end. Do the Western Eagles, and it's Phillip. But he's tried to be a little cheeky there. got away with it in the end. And that's a nicely played ball out wide again from Shaquille Phillip. But it's miscontrolled and the Sawa Steelers have a throw in here. Here is Kyron Matthews. Tall centre back in the back of that Sawa Steelers defense. The ball is played all the way through. Darrell John just couldn't get a touch on that one. Shaquille Phillip again calling for support. Batiste goes all the way back to Kern Caesar. And it's just some patient play from the Eagles. Ever since scoring the goal, they have grown into the game after a relatively shaky start, especially in the back line. The ball is given away and Matthews cleans it up. I think it was Luke Ramdeen who gave away the possession there. And Matthews and the Sawa Steelers can regroup once again. Here is John. Back to Matthews. Just knocking around the ball here. The Sawa Steelers building up that rhythm, keeping it, playing some mature football. They know that the 1-0 lead is not really too much of a threat. We still do have a lot of time to get back a goal. Only a few minutes being played in this one. We're halfway into the 13th minute. Darrell John trying to get one through there. That's a little bit too much on it there, and it gave enough time for the Eagles to regain possession. Here is Kosian Elcock. There's a lot of space here. Plays it in field to Ramdeen, who gives it out wide and laid it into the space once again. It's fizzed into John, who turns well actually, but easily cleared off of him by Darlan Guppy. And the Steelers are back on it again. Sees the vision there, and it's De Silva. What will he do here? Will he look to go line, or will he cut in on that right foot of his? No, he decides to swing it in. It's a decent ball, and it's a decent finish. And that is it. The Sawa Steelers have converted finally. That's some beautiful play, and it was actually De Silva with a wonderfully whipped ball inside. And I'll tell you what, the finish was even better. And the Sawa Steelers are right back in it. Look at it again. Kalist was jockeying, but De Silva got it around him. And in the end, a beautiful, beautiful finish. And the Steelers are right back in it. It's 1-1. And it was coming because the Sawa Steelers were playing some nice football. And of course, it was Darrell John who has been in on the action, getting on the end of that one from De Silva. So the game well back in the balance here in this Group A clash between the Steelers and the Western Eagles. Here's Hazel. It's played forward here. Batiste making a run, and it's fizzed into him. Look at the pace of Kareem Batiste once again, but this time came across well there. The Darlan Guppy doing the defensive work. Seems to have hurt himself in the process, but it was well worth it. I think he's on his feet. Kareem Batiste is really like a jet when he gets off. Some real pace in those boots. And Darlan Guppy is going to have to be wary of him throughout the course of this game. Only 15 minutes in, and we've already seen the pace of Kareem Batiste and the danger that it could pose. Of course, he did get on the score sheet, scoring that early one there for the Western Eagles. The physios were being summoned, but quickly sent back to their disappointment. But it's always good to see that Darlan Guppy is well fit, and the ball played through. That's a nice looking ball here. The Sawa Steelers have their tails up looking for a second here. That's a great recovery run, but it's well defended. Oh, but it's a slip here. Darrell John could be in again, but he's closed down quickly, gets a shot away, but easily blocked. And Kalist with some juggling skills, but he clears it right back into the feet of the Sawa Steelers midfield. Here's Perrauz on the ball. Stefan David plays it out wide. Can they get a second here, the Sawa Steelers? That's a nice ball inside again, but the Western Eagles did well, and Shaquille Phillip can bring it out here for his team. They know the pace of Kareem Batiste, and I think he could be offside here. Actually, he's onside. The flag stays down. Will he finish it? Oh, it's in the back of the net, and it's 2-1, just like that. Adrian Millett showing some of his pace. What a ball played through from Shaquille Phillip. The centre back intercepted it. And Adrian Millet with a cool, composed finish as we see it again. Beautifully played through ball. He's onside. The flag stays down. Kareem John tried to get across, but Millet got his shot away just in time. Slides it past Kwesi Andrews. Sorry, Kern Caesar rather. And just like that, it's 2-1 to the Western Eagles once again. Another lapse in focus from the Steelers, leading to yet another goal.
Number 14.
The Western Eagles showing the definition of efficiency here. 2 big opportunities and 2 big goals scored. And the Steelers really need to keep their focus because they can't let this happen all night. Only 17 minutes into this one and already 3 goals. What more is in store here in this GA Super Cup? The Silva with a beautiful touch. John comes out the winner in that battle there. That's a nice looking ball there into Daryl John. Can he add? Oh, it's actually played out wide once again to Kareem John. Oh, and his left foot. I think they wanted the ball squared back inside, but again, it's a good response from the Steelers, almost like a game of basketball, this one. End-to-end action here between the Eagles and the Sawa Steelers. As you see it again here, ball played out wide to Kareem John, the left back, with some nice attack and play. Saw the glory, went for it, but didn't receive it. And it's a goal kick here for the Western Eagles. It was Kwesi Andrews who was beaten by Millet for that second goal for the Western Eagles. It really has been an exciting start. I mean, 3 goals in 18 minutes. What more would you want? Especially, I'm sure the neutral fans in the stands are really enjoying this one. I'm sure the fans of the Eagles and the Steelers will be at the edge of their seats because they don't know what's to come next. And Shaquille Phillip plays it out to the far side. It's Kevin Walker who plays it back to Phillips. Here is Ramdeen. The Eagles just knocking around the ball again. Phillip over to Elcock, who plays it out wide again. And again looking for that run, but this time not on the same wavelength with the Sawa Steelers. Darrell John seems to have come off the field for a bit, but he's back with us now. Here is Kieran Matthews. Ball played out wide to Kareem John, who did have that opportunity a few moments ago. Matthews out to Guppy. Nice ball into Perrows. It's worked well here by the Sawa Steelers. Some excellent skill. Can he find the ball inside? No, he can't, and it's easily cleared out there by the Western Eagles defense. That's some great defense there again from the Eagles. They have regrouped well after a relatively shaky start despite the goal. There has been some uniformity, some discipline in that Western Eagles defense. Here is Matthews. Plays a nice looking ball out there to the Silva. What can he conjure up this time against Caliste? Got the better of him last time, and it's a nice ball again. It beats the Western Eagles first ball, and it's actually off the crossbar. But I think it went out of play first. And it's a goal kick for the Western Eagles. A weird one, that. The ball seemed to have blown back inside. I'm not sure what happened there, but the linesman gave the goal kick in the end. Oh, some nervy play in the back here from the Eagles. Could be problems, but it's cleared out by Kern Caesar. Ramdeen gets a touch on, but Kareem John is first to it. Here's the Silva once again. He's a skillful lad, is he? But he's well tackled by Caliste this time. Probably remembered the goal and said, I'm not having any more of it. Here is John. Throwing into Matthews. Nice play again from the Silva. It's a nice little touch. It was intercepted, but possession back again with the Sawa Steelers, who trail 2-1 in the 22nd minute of this one. And that's a nice ball from Matthews over to the Silva. Stopped beautifully, well-weighted pass. Can he get the cross inside? Decides to take on Khalees again. Had some joy earlier. Think he could get some more, and he swings it in. And again, the defense seemed to have fallen asleep for the Eagles. And the ball is getting in that box really easily. And it's cleared away by Khalees. It was the Silva who decided to take on Khalees, and the ball seemed to have just trickled through. Nevertheless, the Steelers get things back in play quickly, as they have been doing all night. It's swung in once again. Oh, it's a fumble again by the Western Eagles, but they get away once again. And another lackadaisical clearance. This is pretty poor. Here is the Silva again on his left foot. He decides to go for goal this time, but just didn't have the accuracy. That was some sloppy play in the back from the Western Eagles. They were unsure of the clearances. I think it was actually Kevin Walker who basically kicked it into the feet of the Sawa Steelers man, and that gave away a really cheap opportunity there to the Silva. I think they're lucky at the Eagles to not have conceded there once again. Has to retrieve the ball there. Does Kern Caesar, giving a little more work for him to do rather than just being a goalkeeper, but has to retrieve that ball in the back there of the Marvin Lee. But nevertheless, he did a good job, and the ball is back in play once again. Hesitated on the ball there, and Kareem Batiste drops. Some nice skill from him, and he seems to just find the spaces and just burst through them, this Kareem Batiste. Unfortunately, Ramdeen couldn't provide him with the ball, but he wins it back here. Kareem Batiste, will he drive at the defense as he does so well? And he does, and gets a free kick here for his team in the offensive half. Ramdeen plays it out wide. Here is Kevin Walker on the ball. Nice build-up play here from the Western Eagles. Kareem Batiste stayed a little long on it, but eventually he got through, and he's making that important run again, and the ball went out, and they're lucky there are the Sawa Steelers, because if that ball didn't go out, Kareem Batiste was in again. It would have been a one-on-one for him, and most probably a 3-1 lead for the Eagles. And it's Darrell John. Ball played out wide there again by Stefan David. Here's John trying to run through, but he's well marshaled. And Kern Caesar has time to distribute, and he does so. Here's Hazel, who miscontrols. Possession given away cheaply and given right back, but this time it's a foul on Darrell John. I think he was pushed in the back by Shaquille Phillip. And it's a free kick in a dangerous position here for the Sawa Steelers, and it's going to be none other than that left foot of Victor De Silva, who did provide the assist for the Sawa Steelers goal. We'll be looking to deliver some quality. The Eagles will be aware of the quality that that left foot possesses, and they should be wary. The defense will have to be on their toes. And De Silva whips in a nice looking one once again, and it's flicked on, and that was actually a decent effort. I think it was Kieran Matthews, the centre-back, who came up from his defensive position, got his body and his head around it well. It was actually a decent effort. Nicely played ball in by De Silva. Matthews repositioning well, and a worthy effort, but still not enough to trouble Kern Caesar in the Western Eagles goal post. Ball played over the top once again. Batiste controls, but it wasn't that immaculate this time. Oh, and look at the pace again of Kareem Batiste, winning that back from the Silva, number 12 on number 12. He really does seem to just glide around the pitch, does Kareem Batiste. And it seems as if he's also switched out to this right-hand side after getting some joy from the left. Flicks it on nicely, but Matthews was well positioned and does some great defensive work there. And it's a throw-in for the Western Eagles. Joshua Schoon to take it, the former QRC man. Here is De Silva, who wins it back well. Hooks it upfield, but Kalist takes it nicely again. Ramdeen turns. What can he conjure up here? Can Ramdeen? He gives it back to Kalist, who plays it one time, but it wasn't effective at all. And the Sawa Steelers are back in possession. Chike Sullivan gives it into the Silva, but it's given back away. Hazel. Oh, some scrappy play. But there's lots of space in the middle for Daryl John, but Shaquille Phillip read the danger early and came across to do the all-important defensive work. Here's Kalist. Launches it out wide to Schoon, but Batiste collects it, but he's quickly flagged offside. Seems to have been some positional changes here for the Eagles. It seems as if Joshua Schoon has moved out to this right back position, and Kalist now into that midfield role where Schoon would have been earlier. Schoon, of course, a very versatile player, so you would expect that if the coach's orders were to switch out to that right-hand side, he should be able to do the job effectively. Joshua Schoon. But it is going to be Shaquille Phillip who will take this one for the Eagles. Again, Group A clash here between the Western Eagles and the Sawa Steelers. Of course, the Western Eagles on top of Group A, the Sawa Steelers on the bottom, yet to win a match. The Eagles perfect so far, and if things stay like this, they'll be even more perfect with 9 points on the board if they are to come out with the victory in this one. And Guppy plays it out wide. I wouldn't say all hope is lost for the Sawa Steelers. You know, they still have this game to be played as well as another. Oh, and a mix-up there. But in the end, Kern Caesar gets it away. But yes, the Steelers, of course, they have this game, which they're still able to probably get something from, as well as the other fixture which they have against the Central Jaguars. So if they are able to get that victory, may be in for a shout to finish in that second spot and possibly advance to the quarter-final stage. They do have a lot of quality on the pitch. This man has been decent, as well as the number 12, De Silva. Here's Paraus picking up the pieces on this left-hand side of the pitch. He holds it up very well. Can he find a nice pass? And he does into John. That's good play from Paraus. Here's De Silva back in his normal role. Paraus again driving at the defense. Just got the ball stuck under his feet a little bit, and Kalist could clear up field. And I'm not sure what was blown for there, but it was definitely a Western Eagles favored decision. And it definitely is. As we approach the 29th minute of this first half. 2-1 to the Eagles. Early strike from Kareem Batiste, which was then cancelled out by Daryl John after a beautifully played in ball from De Silva. And then Millet on the end of a lovely through ball from Shaquille Phillip from the defensive line. Slotted it home for the Western Eagles to make it 2-1. And that's where we stand, and that's a foul from Kalist on Paraus. Here's Kareem Pope. And that's a nice play out there. Can he get back the ball? He does well. Was he fouled? And he was there. It was Joshua Isaac. Some good pace and skill from him. And he's well rewarded. Another free kick here for the Sawa Steelers in a somewhat dangerous position. And it looks like if De Silva is running across to take it once again. The set piece specialist on the Sawa Steelers team. A free kick right on the edge of the box. Can the dangerous left foot of De Silva put some pressure on this Western Eagles defense? May even have a pop at goal here. It does favor the left foot. And it's whipped in well, but it's also well defended there by the Eagles, and they eventually get it fully clear. And Millet is here. He holds it up. Oh, tried to trick Pope there, but Pope wasn't tricked. And he did some good defensive work in the end. And referee Keelan Bacchus is calling for another ball, as that one went out into the road. And his wish was granted. It's flicked on there by Millet. And well taken down as well, but Pope did well in the end to get back the ball and get back possession for his team. Here's De Silva, who has switched out to that right-hand side, and he's fizzed the ball there into Daryl John. Does he have the pace? Shaquille Phillip, I think, had a head start, and he will look to marshal this one out, and that's some good, mature experience defending there from Shaquille Phillip. Showed some pace there. Not often you see centre-backs with that kind of pace, but Shaquille Phillip definitely has that in his locker, which is a wonderful asset, especially for centre-backs. Usually classed as tall and strong physical players, but Phillip seems to have that as well as the pace. And Kern Caesar looking to launch this one long. And he does exactly that. And it's well won in the midfield there by David. Good hold-up play from Hazel. And it goes all the way back to Kern Caesar, actually, who takes well. Gives it out here to Schoon. A nice one-touch pass there out wide to Batiste, who uses his strength well. Can he get it back? No, Kareem Batiste. Even that one was a little too heavy for him, regardless of his immense pace, but I actually think the referee had played an advantage, and it's a free kick for the Eagles. He was fouled a little before, trying to get that one on Schoon. He was the one over this for the Eagles. 13 more minutes of normal time to be played here in the Marvin Lee. In this GA Super Cup clash, this Group A clash between the Western Eagles and the Sawa Steelers. It's John. Oh, that's a nice kill, but just couldn't keep the ball in there. Joshua Isaac, it was a nice eye there. It was switched over to this left-hand side rather, for the Sawa Steelers, switching of course with Victor De Silva. Could be a tactical switch from the Steelers. They were privy to the fact that the Western Eagles did make some changes in their back line as well, and it's a nice skill from Miller, who plays it out nicely on top. Can he find it? Ooh, and that was actually a decent effort there. It was some great play from Miller, held it up well and got a nice ball across the top of the box. And it was Shaquille Hazel who tried to put it into the bottom of the corner. Tried to just pass it in, which was probably the right eye there. Didn't try to hit it too hard, but it was just wide of the post. Millet, oh, and this time he can't get it into his feet. And the Steelers are back in possession. Here's John, the left back, for the boys from Sawa. That's a commanding header there. Oh, it was a little slow to that one there, was Shaquille Hazel. I think he could have gotten possession of it. The ball was close to his feet, but here is David. He turns well. Oh, but that ball is given away, but it's a foul in the end. And Chike Sullivan was slow to turn, but did get the foul in the end. Here is Guppy. Slips it through to Perouse. De Silva is making a run on that far side, but ball is played straight into Corsi and Elcock. And Caliste back into the fence once again. Here is Schoon, who pings it. Oh, and I think he miskicked that one there. The Joshua Schoon, he immediately puts up his hand apologizing to Elcock. But they work it out in the end very beautifully, actually, do the Western Eagles. Here is Caliste. Phillip. A nice ball again into Kareem Batiste. And he drive here, he finds a space again. Kareem John does well, but Batiste still in possession here. Oh, and what a save. I think he was actually out of position a bit there, but danger still not averted yet. Schoon with a nice strike. What a beautiful goal. Joshua Schoon. Tell you what, that was excellent technique from the former QRC man. drove it. The ball stayed parallel to the ground, stayed low, and it beat Kwesi Andrews. It was a weird passage of play in the beginning, but Schoon actually miskicked it, got a bit lucky with the ricochet, but there was no luck in that strike. That was all power, all pace, all technique. And it's 3-1 to the Western Eagles. Kareem Batiste actually bursting through the midfield there. Kwesi Andrews was out of position, made the save initially off of Batiste, but Schoon capitalized. And boy, did he capitalize. What a goal from Schoon. And the Sawa Steelers really in some trouble here. The Eagles have been efficient, taking their chances. Here is Shaquille Phillip into Schoon, the most recent goal scorer. Phillip looks long and plays it into Millet. That's a nice layoff there, but I think he's fouled. Referee was playing the advantage, but realized that the play was going nowhere. But he sees Kwesi Andrews off his line and tried an ambitious one. I mean, why not? You're up 3-1 in 37 minutes. Have a go. Played again, Darrell John. Just couldn't control, and possession is back once again with the Western Eagles. They haven't been playing too badly, have the San Juan Steelers, but just haven't been able to take any opportunities, which the Western Eagles have been doing brilliantly. And here is Kern Caesar. Launches it upfield. Millet beaten in the air by Matthews. Guppy takes it down nicely. Here is Matthews once again with some good composure in the back. Still have a lot of time in this one. Do the Sawa Steelers to get back 2 goals, to get back in this one. Here is Isaac, who thought he was fouled, but didn't get the decision from the referee. Khalees, he's still on the ground as Isaac, but he's not going to get it. Here is Batiste. Oh, and look at him. He just really finds the spaces here as Kareem Batiste and tried to get through the whole Sawa Steelers barricade, but it's another poor giveaway there from Guppy right into the feet of Hazel. Here's Millet. Batiste. But Guppy redeems himself. And possession back again once. Here with the Sawa Steelers. It's David. Played out wide to the Silver. Nice one-touch play from him. Paraus. The Silver continued his run, but Paraus just didn't see it. David. Another loose pass there from the Steelers, and possession given back here. Ramdeen out to Khalees, but just a little bit too much on that one. I actually think that the referee has given the ball back to the Western Eagles. I'm not sure if there was an earlier infringement before the ball was put out by Ramdeen. But there seems that there is going to be a substitution here for the Western Eagles. It looks like it's going to be the number 8, Shaquille Huggins, who is coming on for Kevon Walker. I think Kevon Walker may have picked up a knock. I'm not sure what's the reason for the early substitution. I mean, this Western Eagles are up 3-1, and I don't know if it's going to be a tactical one because things have been going well for them, but I think there probably is an injury to Kevon Walker, which is allowing Huggins to get some game time here. And you do figure that it will be a like-for-like switch, because Shaquille Huggins will drop into that midfield position that Walker was occupying for the majority of the first half. And here is Joshua Schoon, the scorer of the 3rd goal for the Western Eagles. Goes all the way back to his keeper, Kern Caesar. Really have grown into this one. Have the Cobras, the Western Eagles, they have taken in early. They did take their opportunities, and now they do look the more likely team, and that's a foul there from Ramdeen. They do look to be the ones in complete control of this one so far. As I said, the Steelers do have some quality on the pitch, and they should be able to produce something. I think they just need to try not to concede any more goals before the halftime break. They don't want to give Brian St. Louis anything else to think about, and that one is missed by Phillip, and this could be opportunity here. Isaac swings it in, and he was completely free in the middle. There was Daryl John, but Isaac just couldn't find him. He was in acres of space. He looks pretty disappointed that that ball didn't end up in his path. And the Steelers back again in possession. Tries to play a cheeky one there, but they get away with it. And David into Guppy. As we are halfway into the 42nd minute of the first half, the Eagles, of course, leading 3-1 over the Steelers. Here's Kareem John. Isaac, that's a good idea, but Millet worked hard, and Isaac got it back well and plays a nice ball to Perrouse, but I think that the substitute Huggins had a head start over him, and Kurt Caesar can clear easily. Here is Kareem Batiste. Takes it down well. Ramdeen. Millet, that's nice. One-time play from him, but Khalees with a loose touch, allowing Sullivan to recover. Guppy into the silver. Can they work something here? Can they get a goal before the halftime break here, the Steelers, and get back into the game? It's played through to Daryl John, but it was very jumbled up there on top of the penalty box. And it's played out wide. Here is Millet. Kareem John does well, but Kareem Batiste, oh, that's nice. And I don't think Millet read the play. Immediately puts up his hand. He knows that that was a quality ball. Well, he just didn't continue his run there, did Millet. John under heavy pursuit by Kareem Batiste. Ball played through here into Daryl John. But Shaquille Phillip, oh, that was a short ball, but Kern Caesar quickly off of his line. Kieran Matthews stepping out of that centre-back position. Here's Isaac, who plays it first time on the inside, but it's well read by Huggins. Guppy with some nice control. Out wide to Pope and the Silva. David. Back to Guppy. Haven't been too many stoppages in this one, other than the goal scored, of course. So I'm not sure if referee will add on any additional minutes as we approach the 44th here. Both teams seem to be just taking it a little easy going into this halftime, knocking around the ball, keeping some composure. Not trying to do anything too risky. John, though, does play it long, but again, Shaquille Phillip is there, and a bit of a carbon copy to the previous passage of play. A nice header down there from Ramdeen, but Khalees slices it out of play. It has been an exciting first half, of course. You can't complain. 4 goals being scored in the first half is a lot. The Western Eagles have arguably been the better side. The Zawa Steelers, despite the scoreline, haven't been terrible. Just some lapses in the defense and some lapses in focus as well, which really caused the first, well, the 3 goals, to be completely honest. But here is Isaac trying to do something here. That's a nice ball into the silver. But again, the Western Eagles defended well. And we have hit the 45 here. It's a throw-in for the Steelers, which Kareem John will take. Halftime whistle could go anytime soon. And as expected, no additional time in the first half here of this Group A clash between the Western Eagles and the Sawa Steelers. Western Eagles, of course, leading 3-1 in this one. An early strike from Kareem Batiste after a defensive mistake from the Steelers. Then the goal was cancelled out in the 14th minute by Daryl John with a beautiful goal. Millet then was slipped in by Shaquille Phillip and slotted it past Kwesi Andrews. And then Joshua Schoon capitalized on a loose touch and fizzed it into the bottom corner, leaving Kwesi Andrews with no chance whatsoever. So 3-1 in this one. After the first 45, we do expect to have a very entertaining second as well. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 15.
Are you ready for the biggest youth football tournament in Trinidad and Tobago? Over 200 teams, 2,600 male and female players, 6 weekends, more than 100 games, 1 cup and endless opportunities. Republic Cup Youth Football Tournament 2022. Kickstart your dreams. Tournament starts June 4. To register, visit www.gatewayathletics.com.
So we're here at the Squadron Grounds in Aruka on College Road, where we had the launch of our football academy. We are taking in players from as early as 3 years old, so we have U5 all the way up to U23. We have decided to launch our football academy because we have seen the need to bridge the gap both on and off the field for our local players with the intentions of going abroad on a football scholarship.
Yeah, this morning is another checkbox to cross off as we launch our academy. This academy is a major part of our development program, as we won't have to do the in-depth assessment of getting players into our elite and development programs. This is important for Trinidad and Tobago, as we know the pandemic has really destroyed us. And to be fair, we must thank the parents and the children for having that belief in us with our development and elite programs. So launching the academy is a massive part for us, as we will have the kids that will be moving up into elite and development. We have a lot of plans. As you know, we recently finished our Trinidad and Tobago showcase. Now we are looking to get into other islands to do the same. We will be releasing our dates. We also have later on this year, we have NCE. We have in Pennsylvania, that's in July. We have a USA tour. So it's a lot of things happening here at Gateway Athletics. So it's all about giving these children who has faith in us the opportunity to really and truly live their dream and be seen. So I must commend the idea that is behind it and the team that we have that keeps bringing in great ideas, and to be fair, we have executed it well so far, and we just have to stick with it and trust the process.
So you can register for our academy. It's open to boys and girls. Registration forms are available on our Facebook and Instagram pages.
Hi guys, I am Coach Denicia. I'm better known as Auntie Denicia. I work with the under 5 team. This is the only football camp that you will get where you see we integrate fun, learning football. Bring all the children down. Let's have fun and let's enjoy ourselves with them. They always enjoy themselves.
Good day, everybody. My name is Kevin Williams, Coach Vin. I am with Gateway Athletics, the academy. I'm with the young ones. We are really having an exciting time. We're really enjoying it. The focus of our sessions are really to make sure that the kids have fun, they enjoy it, and they also learn a little bit of football, right? So today we did some beautiful games. We did a nice little musical ball. It's basically musical chairs with the ball where they have to come in and get a ball. We also did red light, green light. A lot of the kids familiar with that. And they had a lot of fun. At the end they did some passing and also some shooting. So this is what we are looking to do. Make sure they have fun, play some games, and also incorporate football. So yeah, you all can see the children. I really enjoy it, trust me. I enjoy these kids and they look like it clearly they're enjoying my company also. So yeah, Gateway Athletics Academy. Blessings.
Water, water. Introducing. Come and get it. Wait. Come and get it, come and get it, come and get it. Much better. Customer service excellence, reliability, home delivery across TNT. Place your orders. 77 Water. Join our roster. 77 Water. Make life easier. 77 Water. What you waiting for? 77 Water. Our delivery trucks are in your area. Call now. Come and get it, come and get it, come and get it. Come and get it, come and get it, come and get it. Come and get it, come and get it, come and get it.
Looking for great quality clothing and prices to suit your budget? Then head on down to OSA Fashion and Gift Boutique, located at 94 Eastern Main Road in St. Augustine. We offer clothing and accessories for everything, from brunch, clubbing, showers, and so much more. We are the sole distributors for Savage Black Hair Shampoo Dye, your 5-minute hair color solution. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram, or call us at 473-4OCA or 489-SOCA. OCA Fashion and Gift Boutique for unbelievable finds.
And we are back here in the Marvin Lee Stadium for the second half of this Group A clash between the Western Eagles and the Sawa Steelers. The Western Eagles, of course, leading the Steelers 3-1. Goals from Kareem Batiste, Millet, and Joshua Schoon for the Western Eagles. And a goal for the Sawa Steelers by Darrell John, the number 18, leading the line for the Steelers. They have been in control of this one of the Eagles, but the Steelers have been playing some decent football as well. They have shown some quality, and they have to make that quality count here if they want to get something out of this game. Of course, still winless in the group are the Sawa Steelers, so they may want to get on the board here. And there is a substitution for the Sawa Steelers, and it is going to be the number 7, Ryan Phillip, who is coming on for Joshua Isaac, rather, who has come off for Ryan Phillip. Ryan Phillip, of course, does have a lot of fire in his boots as well, so definitely Brian St. Louis trying to spice up things a little bit in that front three. You do expect to see the ball being given out to Phillip a lot because he does have a lot of quality, pace, skill, and definitely does still think, Brian Lewis, that his team still have a chance of getting something out of this one. He knows how important 3 points would be here for his team, and he's definitely going after it. And the Steelers start us off here in the second half. Here is Guppy. Gives it back to Pope. Plays it across that back line to Matthews. No bookings as yet in this game. Has been a pretty clean one. And that ball is swung in there, but easily intercepted by Shaquille Phillip, who has been having an excellent game thus far in that centre back position for the Eagles. But possession is given away by Millet. 14-14. David gets the ball here. Here's the silver out on the left-hand side. Can he find a ball? In his Perrows, and he just couldn't get that one into his feet there. And a turnover in possession and a goal kick here for the Western Eagles. Of course, a big shout out to Gateway Athletics, the GA Super Cup. They have been doing some great work, have the Gateway Athletics organization, allowing players to really get a chance to showcase their talent and, of course, be given opportunities to further their footballing careers through various means. And, of course, after the GA Super Cup, the action doesn't end from Gateway Athletics, but there is the Wolf League, which will be coming up. Of course, Jason Spence involved in that one. The Wolf League screening will also be taking place, as well as the Republic Cup, sponsored by Republic Bank in partnership with Gateway Athletics. Youth can come out and really showcase their talent and help with the development of football in Trinidad and Tobago. So definitely a lot of great work being done by Gateway Athletics, really trying to develop sport here in Trinidad and Tobago and throughout. As the Western Eagles have possession, here is Huggins, who did come on as a first half substitution for, I think it was Walker, who did pick up probably a little injury which allowed him to not be able to continue. And Khalees plays a nice ball through here to Millet, but he leaves it. But he's back on it. Here is Millet. Can he get into a decent shooting area? He cuts in nicely. Some good skill and strength from Millet, but 3 Sawa Steelers players surrounding him, and they had no choice but to get that ball off of him. Dookie eventually clearing it out for a through. And the Eagles are back in possession. That was a risky ball there, but they get away with it there, do the Western Eagles. Here is Elcock. Floats it inside, but it's easily dealt with there. And possession back with the Steelers, and quickly back again with the Eagles, and again tackled. Throw in for the Western Eagles. Jamil Hardy delaying the throw, and it's into Kareem Batiste, who's strong. Huggins plays it back to Hardy. Elcock. Some nice composed build-up play in the back here from the Western Eagles. Here is Philip, who plays it out wide to Schoon, who of course did switch into that right back role, switching with Khalees, who's on the ball now and turns well. Ramdeen, but it's given away. This could be problems here for the Western Eagles. Can he get a strike away? He places it. Oh, and it's off the post. The upright there. Tried to slide it through. It was a decent effort. Kwesi Andrews was definitely beaten. Kern Caesar, rather, who was on his toes as that ball rolled slowly past him and seemed to have slowly bounced off the upright. Ball dropped off but intercepted by Kareem Batiste. The Western Eagles seem to be dipping into their pockets once again. Batiste battling in midfield and winning back possession. Zimo, that's a risky ball actually to his goalkeeper Kern Caesar, but Kern Caesar kicks it out of play and might give the Eagles an opportunity to make their substitution here. And it looks as if it's going to be Glenn Walker, the number 9, coming on here for the Western Eagles. And Adrian Millet, the scorer of the second goal for the Western Eagles, is going to be making way. Seems to have run his race in this one. And Alistair Ramdu wants some fresh legs on top of his attack there. And the legs which he has turned to none other than his number 9, Glenn Walker. A good game from Millet. Has been working hard on top there, winning possession for his team, and of course getting on the score sheet as well with a cool finish. So claps to him. And the Sawa Steelers back on the ball once again. Here is Pope, who plays it out wide too. Who plays it to his centre-back partner, Matthews, a ball over the top. And Perrault is onside. The flag stays down. Could be an opportunity here for the Steelers if he gets in a decent ball, but Philip is again positioned well, but possession back once again, and this time Perrault is offside, and the referee now becomes aware of that. And it's going to be a free kick for the Western Eagles. Seems to be some problems here for the Western Eagles goalkeeper, Kern Caesar. Seems to be a groin issue. He's stretching. Should be okay. They haven't called for the physios as yet.
Once again, we're letting you know that this coming Sunday, the 22nd of May, at 6:05 p.m., will be the
ball launched upfield by Shaquille Phillip into Batiste, who comes out second best there, and that should be a throw to the... The decision hasn't been made yet, but it has been given to the Western Eagles, I guess. Guppy was the one who got the final touch there on that ball. As we await the throw in here from Hardy. Oh, and was fouled there, was Guppy. I think he got caught in his face actually by Kareem Batiste. I don't think it was anything intentional. Probably just caught him in the line of fire. That's a nice turn there in the midfield from Sullivan. Perrault settling the play, calming the football. Ball played out to Pope, who is quickly closed down by Kareem Batiste, but he did well in the end there, did Kareem Pope, and he's back on it again. So quick as Kareem Batiste closes you down ever so swiftly, it causes you to really be so aware, and that's a nice looking ball inside there from Guppy. But Kern Caesar quickly off his line, and I think this time Caesar does need the physical attention, the physio attention rather. Doesn't look too good for him. Dropped to the ground immediately after gathering that ball, and not sure. I think it is a groin issue. He is holding that area. Is Kern Caesar. And of course, you will be reminded that this is the second game of the Monday night doubleheader in the Marvin Lee Stadium, the GA Super Cup. Of course, the first game between the Arima Kings and the Mokoya Tigers ended with a 5-2 thrashing. The Mokoya Tigers with 5, the Arima Kings with 2 in that clash there. And this one here, this Group A clash between the Eagles and the Steelers, still 3-1. All goals scored in the first half thus far. A top versus bottom of the table clash. Of course, the Western Eagles on top of Group A. The Sawa Steelers at the bottom. And they seem to be in the driving seat here. Again, do the Western Eagles to make it 3 out of 3. And they are going to make a substitution here. Once again, at the Western Eagles, it's going to be Shaquille Long, the number 5, coming on for Ramdeen in that midfield for the Western Eagles. I think he's okay now as Kern Caesar. The physios seem to have done their magic. And he seems to be better. We hope that he can continue. Can the Western Eagles goal guardian. And that's a nice ball through again from, I think it was Philip once again, I'm not sure. But Kareem Batiste is in on goal here. Can he strike it through? And just didn't get it right. Was going for that far post. He had options in the middle. I think it was actually Huggins who played the ball through there to Kareem Batiste. But that's the danger, again, that the Western Eagles possess the pace of Kareem Batiste. And the Sawa Steelers are going to really have to tighten up in the back there. They can't give Kareem Batiste so much space because he will poison you. And he has already. Earlier on, Khalees biting at the ankles there of David, but emerges with it eventually. But he's working hard, and it's Walker, the substitute, who's there. But David, in the end, gets it away. Here is Parauz into John. Back with David in the midfield. And a cheap giveaway once again. Here's the substitute. And his drop. That's nice play there. Some nice little passing there from the Western Eagles. Neat football. Oh, and they just couldn't get that final killer pass. It was actually the substitute who was at the heart of it there, Shaquille Long. Ball over the top. Here is Philip charging it down. Elcock composed. Kern Caesar. Likewise, here is Hawkins. Into Shaquille Long. Drops it again. Here's Long. Khalees plays it out wide to Schoon. Actually seems as if now Khalees. Okay, I thought Khalees had dropped into a centre-back position. Shaquille Phillip was a bit advanced, but he's now gotten back into his role. And that's a nice ball from Huggins into Kareem Batiste. Will he drive at the defense? No, he decides to cut back this time, Huggins. Here is Long. Will he have a pop? Thought about it, definitely. Neat passing. Glenn Walker has come on and had some decent little touches there. Here is Hardy. Into Huggins. Batiste. Just keeping the ball here at the Western Eagles. And it's played again into Long, who uses his body well there to keep possession. Elcock. This is some nice play here from the Eagles. Batiste finds himself in some space. This could be problems here. Oh, he just passed, and that's definitely a foul. And is it a yellow card as well for Kieran Matthews? It is. But I think he had to make that challenge. Kareem Batiste was clever there. Actually knew he lost control of the ball, did Kareem Batiste, and he just got that touch. And Kieran Matthews came across. And it's a free kick right on the penalty area here. On the edge of the penalty area here for the Western Eagles. And it is the substitute, Shaquille Long, who is standing over it. But another injury, it seems to be here. This time on the Sawa Steelers side, it seems to be the number 3, Guppy, who needs the attention from the physios. Not sure, it could be an issue of cramp. Kern Caesar, who's out of your shot right now, is stretching. Probably still trying to recover from that groin disturbance which he was having a little earlier on. Shaquille Long eager to take this one. Pacing up and down around the ball. Looking for the right spot as the physios deal with Guppy. And just a reminder again that in this group stage, each team plays each team twice. Of course, each group having 3 teams. The top 2 teams from each group advance into the quarterfinal stages of this GA Super Cup, which will commence on the 5th of June. So still a lot of football to be played. A lot of excitement in this tournament. And we are finally ready. Shaquille Long has a strike actually there, does Long, but it was never troubling Kwesi Andrews in the Sawa Steelers goal, who releases his team quickly, but a little too fast there for the liking of the referee. As we see the free kick here, once again, Shaquille Long went for glory, but didn't execute it as he may have liked. And now the Steelers can start to build again from the back. Here is John. He plays it forward. It does beat that man there. And Daryl John collects it easily and nicely as well. What can he do here? He's driving through, but that touch was way too heavy, giving Hardy a chance to clear. Here's Sullivan. He plays it out wide to the substitute. Phillip, who has a strike and just didn't get it cleanly there, did Ryan Phillip, but retrieved well the flag this time does go up. Think he knew he was offside there on the far side, did Victor Da Silva. Well, it was a decent ball over the top from Kareem John and very well taken as well from Daryl John. But just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net, could the Sawa Steelers. Pope plays it into David, who eventually gets it under control. Here is Matthews. Out to John. Paraus. Cuts inside, but is well blocked, and Khalees picks up the pieces, plays it out wide to Hardy. The Western Eagles back in possession here. Seems as if the Sawa Steelers are dipping into their pockets again. Looks as if Keyshawn Prida Williams is being readied, as well as Jaden Charles, who are two players who could come on and make a difference here from the Sawa Steelers. Brian St. Louis still trying some tactical changes here to get his team back in it. He knows the importance. Beautiful skill there from Kareem Batiste. Long, Hardy miscontrols, but keeps the ball well. And this time David with some hard work. Philip. And he is fouled there. It's Philip. And the substitutions will be made now. And it is the number 13 making way. The number 3, of course, making way. Darlan Guppy, who was injured, being replaced by Keyshawn Prida Williams. And number 14, Stefan David, coming off for the number 9, Jaden Charles, as expected. So it seems as if the number 8 here, Keyshawn Prida Williams, is going to drop into that right back position, which Guppy did occupy. And that one is launched upfield. Kareem Batiste is charging it down. Look at the pace once again. And he nearly got to it, but in the end, Kareem Pope did well. And it's a throw-in for the Sawa Steelers. And the Western Eagles now looking to make some changes to their team as well. And it's going to be the number 7 coming on here for the Eagles, Matthew Waldron. And making way for Waldron will be number 4, Shaquille Hazel. So the Western Eagles making some changes themselves, as Charles runs onto the field. Runs off. Matthew Waldron rather runs onto the field in his number 7 jersey. Here is Shaquille Phillip into Huggins. Nice composed play from him once again. Elcock. Batiste into Khalees. Huggins, who have been passing the ball around very beautifully. Have the Western Eagles, and some more of it there. Here is Kareem Batiste. What can he do here? He swings it in early this time, but easily cut out there by Kieran Matthews in the heart of the Sawa Steelers defense, and he brings it out nicely as well. Oh, but he miscontrols there and gives Glenn Walker a sniff, and this could be problems here as Matthews is out of position, but Pope did well to cover for his centre-back partner. But Walker is working hard, as is Phillip. And in the end, the Steelers get it away once again. Here is Sullivan. Phillip making a run. That's a nice run and a nice ball as well. Can he make something happen here, Phillip? Oh, he's well tackled. Oh, it's actually a foul. I thought that Hardy got the ball, but it seemed as if Phillip got a knee into the back. He's holding his back there. Is Phillip. Looks like a painful one. I'm not sure if the contact made was in the back or if he fell on it. But he does seem to be in some sort of discomfort there. The physios there. Doesn't look too good for Phillip at all. The halftime substitute. Still not sure if it was the contact which is causing the pain, or whether he hit the deck too hard there, did Ryan Phillip.
Medical personnel being provided by Dr. Anthony James and his team.
But he seems to be back on his feet here, does Ryan Phillip. We hope that it's nothing too serious. And it is Sullivan who is standing over this one for the Sawa Steelers. Oh, actually, De Silva takes over. So it's going to be some left-footed magic here from Victor De Silva. Whips it in, dinks it in nicely. And it goes all the way through to Kern Caesar. Didn't really trouble the Western Eagles defense at all. And a lot of space out on that right-hand side there. And they slow down the pace a little bit, but he's driving through there. Is the substitute, Waldron, showing some of his pace and showing some of his fresh legs as well, and winning a throw-in for his team. The second half really has been a major contrast to the first. Of course, 4 goals being scored in the first half early as well. Yet to see one in the second. The football has been a bit subdued. And that's a flick on there, but oh, could be problems here. Kareem Batiste is in on goal. Will he have a strike? And it's well blocked in the end. It was always a difficult one for Batiste. But possession back again with the Eagles. It's Hardy, the left back. Will he find a ball? And it's a decent looking cross, but it's way over the head of everybody. Waldron trying to get on the end, but Kareem John did well to get it away, and the ball is out of the park once again. And the referee is calling for another ball, which, again, he has gotten quickly. Hardy launches it back. And I think we know his left foot is a lot more accurate than that generally. But it is a throw-in for the Western Eagles nonetheless, who do lead 3-1 in this match. They also lead their group with 2 out of 2 wins, looking to make it 3. The Steelers really not helping their cause as much, still trailing this one. But they do still have some time here, and as I have been saying, there is quality on the pitch, and this man here can produce something. Ryan Phillip. Here is Sullivan, who shows some good strength there and is in the end fouled by Kalist. Here is De Silva, cutting onto that left foot of his, trying to work an angle. Will he have a shot? He does, but it's easily blocked again. Well closed down there by Huggins. It must be said the Western Eagles have protected their keeper very well. Not many shots have been coming through. That's a nice looking ball from Kareem John. Oh, and just got his angles wrong there, did Daryl John, and the header was more of a clearance than a shot. And it is a foul. It was a beautifully whipped in ball by Kareem John. As we see the replay again, he had the time and space. Swung it in beautifully. Actually, Daryl John was in acres of space, but just couldn't wrap his head around it. And in the end, it came to nothing. And that ball is given straight back into the feet of Paraus. Here is Sullivan. Can he play it out quickly enough wide? He does. It's De Silva with a nice one-time first ball in. It's a good strike by the substitute, Jaden Charles, but easily gobbled up by Kern Caesar. But that was much better from the Sawa Steelers. They're going to need a lot more of that if they want to get the ball in the back of the net. Some nice quick passing and a clean enough strike, but just lack the accuracy to really put pressure on Caesar. Here is Kareem Batiste. The Western Eagles looking to reply with immediate effect. Kalist, who of course did switch positions early on in the first half with the right back Joshua Schoon, who would have been midfielder. And Kalist has come into this more central role. John, and that's easily read by Huggins, and he still is in possession here. It's nice, nicely worked out by the Western Eagles. Here's Walker, who himself gives it away. Kareem Batiste trying to get it back. But the Silver emerges with it, tries to cut in. I think he should have released the ball a little earlier, and Alcock is able to come out with the ball. That's a nice play again, Huggins. Has been pretty good since coming on the field. He has played that midfield role pretty excellently. Of course, he did come on for the injured Walker. And that's some nice skill once again. Here is Walker. Glenn Walker, that is. That one there. A little loose. Khalees apologizing to Kareem Batiste. As we have about 19 minutes remaining of normal time. Here in this GA Super Cup clash between the Western Eagles and the Sawa Steelers. Western Eagles still leading 3-1. First half strikes from Kareem Batiste, Adrian Millett, and Joshua Schoon for the Eagles. And that lone goal for the Sawa Steelers from their striker, Darrell John. Well, that's a nice touch there from Huggins, and Khalees plays it out wide to Kareem Batiste. Can they add to their lead here? The Western Eagles, a nice ball in from Hardy. But Kareem John read it well and clears it nicely as well. That's a nice touch there from Sullivan. Here's the substitute, Jaden Charles, but just couldn't control it well enough. Some positive play here from the centre-back, Shaquille Phillip, who's venturing far out of his defensive wall. That's a nice leading ball over the top. Problems here for the Sawa Steelers. But Kareem John did well, just enough to put Waldron off. It was a nice link-up play between Waldron and Long, the two substitutes. But in the end, it came to nothing. And here is Ryan Phillip, one of the substitutes for the Steelers, who has switched out to that left-hand side. Matthews with a nice switch of play out wide to his right back partner, Keyshawn Prida Williams, who of course did come on as a substitute as well for the injured Guppy. Some nice play once again from the Eagles. They definitely have shown their chemistry, showing that they have been doing rondo drills in training. Some nice passing and moving, especially in those midfield positions and even in the wide areas with the likes of Kareem Batiste linking up well with those midfielders who come across. And that's another nicely played ball by Shaquille Long. Problems here for Kareem John, but he stood tall, but he does concede a corner. Waldron putting him under some pressure. Kareem John has had an excellent game, actually, despite his team conceding 3 goals. Corner taken quickly by the Eagles, and this could be problems. And again, Kwesi Andrews deciding to use his feet, but it did turn out to be effective. The Sawa Steelers defense turned off, but here's Darrell John. The flag stays down. Could be an opportunity for him. Kern Caesar does well. Phillip, another good save there from Caesar. A nice double save. Sawa Steelers really need to take their opportunities. That was some golden opportunities there. Well, those were some golden opportunities. As Darrell John was in acres of space. The keeper, Kern Caesar, did well to come off his line. Phillip was putting that one straight into the path of Kern Caesar, allowing him to make the save again. Kern Caesar really doesn't look too good for him now this time after making 2 saves. Seems to be getting some more issues with that groin there. Does the Western Eagles #1, and there has been another substitution here for the Sawa Steelers. And it is Kerry Daniel who has come on. Kern Caesar still receiving medical attention. It's the 3rd time now that he has done so.
Remember, the action continues right here this coming Sunday and Monday.
He seems to be back on his feet once again. Actually, I think he's finally made way here as Kern Caesar. I think he's not able to continue. Very disappointing sights. But I think it's actually gonna be Kareem Batiste who's taking the role of goalkeeper here. He is putting on Kern Caesar's jersey. So Kareem Batiste is gonna go into the sticks here. He's putting on his gloves. Well, we have seen him all over the pitch today. He scored a goal. He's created many chances. Now can he stop the Steelers from scoring? But I mean, from a sour Steelers point of view, this is an opportunity. Kareem Batiste is not a goalkeeper by trade. And that should encourage them to try and shoot a little more. Maybe able to sneak in some goals, actually. So could be, this could prove to be a big loss here for the Western Eagles, losing their goalkeeper, Kern Caesar. We hope that he'll be fit for the rest of the tournament. The Western Eagles, of course, will be hoping that they wouldn't want to lose the quality of Kareem Batiste out of the field. Neither would they want to lose the quality of Kern Caesar between the sticks. And it is going to be a substitution, of course. It is going to be Raquel Morris, I think, who's going to come on for Kern Caesar. And he'll take the spot that Kareem Batiste occupied on the outfield. It is Raquel Morris who is being readied. Kareem Batiste doesn't look too phased in the post, to be completely honest. But he will be a bit nervous, I'm pretty sure. And there is the board, goes up. It is Raquel Morris who is coming on for... Oh, it's actually a bit of confusion there on the touchline. I think they put up the number 18 for Joshua Schoon to come off. And I'm not sure what's going on here. There's a bit of a mix-up. But Kareem Batiste has taken off the goalkeeper jersey. I think it's actually just going to be a switch on the numbers. So it is still going to be Kareem Batiste who is going into the post. Joshua Schoon still on the field. And Raquel Morris will be the one who comes on for the injured goalkeeper, Kern Caesar. And we do wish all the best.
For the Western Eagles, number 12, Kareem Batiste, now assume the position of goalkeeper for the Western Eagles.
And here is Raquel Morris, who his first action is a throw-in, so immediately called into action. Here is the number 6 substitute for the Western Eagles. A long stop in the play here, so you do expect that this will be added on after the 90. That would have been taken into consideration by the referee. And Morris goes long, and it's taken well, nicely there. Oh, that's some beautiful play there. It's a nice touch from Sullivan into the silver. Can he find a nice ball? He does find a beautiful ball over to Ryan Phillip. And this could be problems here for the Western Eagles. He drives in, and nobody was in the center there, and it was easily cut out. Hardy, an opportunity here for the Western Eagles to counter-attack. He turns, and Khalees slices it up into the sky, and Kareem Pope gets it under control. But you can see the urgency of the Western Eagles defense. They know that they don't have a traditional keeper in the post, and they're going to have to work really hard to protect Kareem Batiste between the sticks. Joshua Schoon immediately coming across to put pressure on Ryan Phillip there, showing that he knows how important it is that the defensive game stays strong within this last 10 minutes. There's an offside call there on Jaden Charles. Free kick to be taken by the goalkeeper, Kareem Batiste reminded me a bit of Kyle Walker, who in a Champions League fixture a few seasons ago did come on Kareem Batiste. Driving that on the ground there, but yes, Kyle Walker, the right back for Man City, did take a goalkeeping position for the final 10 minutes of a game, and it's a strike. Wide of the post, Kareem Batiste looked unfazed there. But in the end, it came to nothing, and it's a goal kick for the Western Eagles, which Kareem Batiste, which will take once again. Hopefully he can get it off of the ground this time. And he does. But it's straight onto the chest of Prida Williams. Here is Morris. Into long, nice play once again, Huggins, who has been doing some nice link-up play, and that's a nice ball played over the top into Glenn Walker. Oh, it's actually Waldron here. Can he put the icing on the cake here for the Eagles? No, he's well marshaled, well blocked by Kareem John. But danger still there for the Steelers. Here's Hardy, drives it across. Just behind. But they still are in possession here, the Western Eagles. It's long. Here's Khalees, has a strike, and it's in the back of the net. What a strike! Beautiful, and he rolls on the ground. I actually thought that was going way over the bar, but he proved me wrong. And it's Khalees, Joel Khalees, with a dipping effort right into the top corner. Kwesi Andrews is bamboozled. I think everybody in the Marvin is bamboozled. We didn't expect to see that sail into the top corner. But Shaquille Long played it right into Khalees. He had the space, he struck it beautifully, and it dipped just in time. What a goal from Joel Khalees. Excellent technique and a wonderful goal. And you really do feel that that is the cherry on top of the cake there. And it's 4-1 to the Eagles, the Sawa Steelers. I think out of this one,
Joel Khalees was scoring the fourth item.
Joel Khalees, the celebration said it all. He was absolutely delighted with that one, as he should be. Here is Charles, plays it into Sullivan. John, nicely touched through, and Kareem Batiste gathers it gladly. It's a foul in the midfield there. Elcock launched upfield here. That's a nice layoff there from Walker, but Charles was first to it actually. And here's Phillip trying to burst through. Ooh, but well defended there again by the Western Eagles. I think it was actually Shaquille Phillip. Oh, great again from Phillip. Has had an excellent game, but eventually is fouled. That's some wonderful work, and he's clapped by the people in the Marvin Lee Stadium, because that was some great fight there. Even in these late stages of the game, he's still showing his fight, his energy. His team is up 4-1, but he doesn't care. He's leaving it all out there. And the ball launched into space by Elcock. And even in the second half, though there hasn't been as much action as the first, the Eagles still able to find the breakthrough, still able to rub the salt in the wounds of the Sour Steelers and increase their lead as they lead 4-1 here. And you really do think that it's going to be a 3 out of 3 for the Western Eagles in Group A. 9 points now. The Sawa Steelers would still be on 0 if this does finish in the 4-1, or if it does finish in a Western Eagles victory. Nice strength there shown. It's a foul and a free kick for the Western Eagles. Here is Batiste, fires it out wide to Hardy. Long into Huggins, who turns and he's fouled by Philip, who is frustrated by that call from the referee. He's probably saying, how else do you want me to win the ball? But you have to win it legitimately in this sport of football. And here is Glenn Walker. Long, that's nice play from him, but it's a loose pass from Walker there, and it's found Jaden Charles. Will he have a strike? He does. That's a decent strike, but it was always rising. Connected nicely with it there, did the number 9, Jaden Charles, who has seen some of the ball since coming on as a substitute. As we have about 3.5 minutes remaining here of the 90, we do expect to have some stoppage time being added on after Kern Caesar, the goalkeeper, did have a lot of injury time. And of course, he did make way. Actually, he's lost his boot there as Keyshawn Prida Williams, but had enough time to get it back on. Some good play here, good hold-up play from Sullivan, who eventually does find Victor Da Silva. That's a nice ball into Matthews. Can they find another goal here? The Sour Steelers, that's well blocked by Huggins once again, who has had a great game since coming on. John. Matthews. Paraus. Charles left the ball behind him, and it's given right back in to Western Eagles' feet, but working hard there on top, and it's cleared away. Kareem Batiste saw the danger early and cleared it away, doing his goalkeeping duties very well. That one just got away from Charles once again, and the Eagles just keeping possession here. Game management, they call it. I think they have a large enough cushion to be able to go for more. That's nice skill from Waldron, who plays it inside here to Walker. It's dropped off into Long. Oh, and I think that drop off there, he's a bit disappointed. There's Waldron. He probably wanted the ball back, but Long did well in the end to get something out of it. It's a free kick here for the Western Eagles, and the Sour Steelers are making a late substitution here. And it's going to be Caden Merchant coming on for Chike Sullivan, the number 16, who had a decent game actually in the midfield for the Sour Steelers. And that ball there just got out of the feet of Waldron. Here is Ryan Phillip. Just to reiterate, if things do stay like this, which it looks like it will, the Northeastern Cobras will go 9 points on the top of Group A. And not the Northeastern Cobras, sorry, the Western Eagles, 9 points on top of Group A. And the Sour Steelers sit still at the bottom, winless out of their 3 games on 0 points. Things not looking too promising for them going forward. I think that this game may have been a must-win. They could still get through on goal difference because actually I'm not too sure if they will have an opportunity to advance. There's one off him again there. There's 90 minutes tick on the clock. We are waiting to see how much time is added on here. That's a crisp pass into Long. Could be any minute now. But has been a dominant performance nevertheless from the Western Eagles. The Sour Steelers did get that goal, but never really looked too threatening in the earlies. Actually, did start off the better team, to be fair to the boys from Sour, but after they started to concede goals, it seemed to have just gone downhill for them, and that's why we are where we're at right now, as they trail 4-1. And just to get back to you with the standings for the Group A, the Central Jaguars are on 3 points. So, of course, the Sour Steelers still have to play the Central Jaguars once again. So, if they are able to somehow increase their goal difference by a huge amount, it's going to be very difficult. But if they are able to do so, they do have a mathematical possibility of getting through into the quarterfinals. Of course, the Western Eagles already qualified as leaders of the group, regardless of what happens in their next fixture. Which will be against the Central Jaguars. It's a nice ball, but it's well intercepted by John. But it's still in play here. Waldron, can he use those afterburners? He's charging at Kieran Matthews, who uses his strength well. Waldron still there. Is it a foul? No, it's not. It is a foul, actually. But the referee has had enough. And at the end of the 90, the Western Eagles are victorious once again for the third time in the GA Super Cup. A 4-1 thrashing of the Sour Steelers. Kareem Batiste starting off the scoring in the 5th minute. Daryl John equalizing in the 14th, cancelling off that early lead from the Western Eagles. But Adrian Millett capitalized on a beautifully played ball from Shaquille Phillip, making it 2-1. Joshua Schoon with a sensational strike in the 36th to make it 3-1. And Joel Caliste with a beautiful strike in the top corner to put the icing on the cake in the 83rd minute of the second half. And that's how we have reached this 4-1 scoreline. Of course, Kern Caesar was injured, the goalkeeper for the Western Eagles, Kareem Batiste, having to assume his position. And to be fair to him, he did keep a clean sheet in the time that he was in the post. And I do think that he probably would be my pick for the MVP of this match, getting that early goal. He was causing a lot of problems, working hard, and then, of course, assuming that goalkeeping position and doing well. And the announcer has announced that Kareem Batiste has gotten that MVP role, and he's being clapped, and well deserved by Kareem Batiste. But nevertheless, an all-round solid performance from the Western Eagles. They did start off a bit shaky. The Steelers' quality of football wasn't too bad at all, but they just weren't able to convert their possession and quality into any end product. So at the end of this one, the Western Eagles, 9 points on top of the Group A. The Central Jaguars, second on 3 points. Sour Steelers virtually out of the GA Super Cup. They still can mathematically go through, but they are going to have to score a lot of goals against the Central Jaguars, and also hope that the Western Eagles defeat the Central Jaguars in their next fixture. Nevertheless, it was a pleasure being with you again for this second match of the doubleheader here at the GA Super Cup. I'll remind you once again that the first game, which was covered by my commentary colleague Renwin Medina, between the Arima Kings and the Macoya Tigers, did end up in a 5-2 thrashing. The Macoya Tigers coming out victors on that one. So a lot of goals being scored tonight. 7 in the first, 5 in the second. And again, we just want to say thank you for the support so far from all the fans, all the viewers who have been watching the games of this GA Super Cup. It has been an absolutely wonderful tournament thus far. Some great football being played. And we will be back with you next week again for some more GA Super Cup action. So from me, Liu Chen, do have a blessed night. Goodbye.